Hello and welcome to another edition of Sports Check here on Ghana Web TV. My name is Joseph Adamafio and today we're coming to you straight from the Second South Gym here in Accra. Well, our guest for today is someone who has held the IBF Bantamweight title on 2 occasions and also held the Commonwealth title as well as the IBO title. Guessing who this boxer is? Well, you're taking a short breather and when we return, I'll introduce the boxer to you as well as delve into the discussion. Welcome back from the break, and my guest today is Mr. Joseph King Kong Agbeko. Welcome, champion. How's everything going?
Everything is going well by grace.
It's been a long time we saw you in the ring. Was it as a result of COVID or?
Yeah, everything has come to a shutdown due to COVID. So COVID has destroyed a lot of plans.
What was your plans before the COVID came in? What was your plans?
I was supposed to fight in Vegas 25th of April for the WBO final eliminator, and then everything got cancelled because of COVID, and we've been struggling to come back properly.
Wow. So since then, have they decided to postpone the bout, or have you heard from the promoters as well?
Things are going on. We're still pushing, so yeah.
Nice one. But first of all, my main point of discussion for today is how did you get into boxing? Because a boxer of your stature, like, you know, people see boxers to be tough and all looking, but you look calm and all that. How did you get into boxing?
Boxing has different weight categories. It starts from straw weight to light fly, all the way up to heavyweight. And there are people who are smaller than I am, way smaller than I am. So, yeah, so size doesn't really matter in boxing. I got into boxing because of my name. My name is King Kong. That is my real name by birth. So that was what pushed me into boxing.
Wow. Which area did you grow up from and all that?
I was born in Sukura, and I started boxing when I was there.
Boxing in Sukura? I thought boxing was made for the people, like a lot of people in Accra box in Bukum and stuff. So
yeah, so I always have to run away from home and come and live in Accra Central for some time. Then my parents will look for me, find me, take me back home. So it's been back and forth.
Did they believe in boxing? Did they support you?
Every African parent's mentality is to put their children into school, educate them, and grow through the way they want, you know. But I believe everyone has their secret, passion or some talents hidden in them secretly. So if they are being exposed to everything, they'll be able to discover their talents. So during the beginning, they didn't want me to be a boxer. First of all, I have to wake up early morning to go for jogging and so on, and they feel it's unsafe for me as a child. I was around 8, 9 years.
Really?
It's too unsafe for me, and then traveling all the way from Sukura to Fire Service Training Center.
Were you taking car?
Yeah, I was taking car. So it was kind of tough for me. I have to run away, live in Accra. My parents will come and find me, take me back home. So it was a struggle, yeah.
So who was the coach who discovered you and brought you into boxing?
I met a man called Black Ome in Shiabu. So he's the one that took me to my first trainer who taught me how to stand. He's called Coach Amalai. He lived in Mamplobi. So that was where I started before coming to Fire Service. And then I started with Coach Anansi at Fire Service, and then he transferred me to Coach Parry. So from there, before I met Coach Alowe and Adamade, Coach Asari, who was our national team trainer then still to today. So I've gone through a whole lot of process as a boxer.
Wow. Do you remember your first boxing fight? At what age was it?
I was a juvenile boxer. I can't really remember. I was a juvenile boxer. I think we had a fight in either Kwame Nkrumah Circle or a fight in Takrade. There was, I can't remember which one was the first one. Yeah, but I was a juvenile boxer. I've been a juvenile boxer for some time before moving to amateur. I was under the Street Academy, which is being owned by Mr. Okuwata. We call him Blatter. He has the Street Academy at the Art Center, so we were all groomed under him as a juvenile boxer.
Do you remember some of the boxers you grew up with?
Yeah, I grew up with a lot of very talented fighters. Yeah, very, very talented fighters.
Do you remember any of them?
I remember all of them.
Kindly name some of them so
There's one called Alfred Odai. I met him at the juvenile boxing level. He's very strong. He fights like Azuma Nelson. I learned he's also related to Azuma Nelson. I met Malik Jaber.
Oh, really?
They were my seniors when I came because they've already been in it and they are so good. But when I came, I want to fight all of them. And they would tell me, no, you're a baby, wait, don't fight this one. You know, I want to fight Fedoda, I want to fight Malik. They would tell me, no, you're a kid, you just can take your time. But I still also want to, so they always put me there with them and they beat me a lot.
But you never give up?
No, boxing is not like going to school and becoming a pastor. You know, boxing is not like that. Boxing is something that has to grow in you. It's a passion. It's a calling from God. When God doesn't call you to be a boxer, you can't do it because that passion has to be born inside you. Boxing is like very, very tough. It's a sport where you go into the ring and you don't even know if you will come out alive. It's a sport where if you go into the ring, you are sure you will definitely come out with some wound, some bloody mouth, some bloody nose. That one is constant.
I've heard so many boxers.
You know, so it's a sport that when they put you there, if it's not a calling from God, if the passion is not in you, on the first day you go back home and you never come back again. But you go, they beat you, you come back again. You go, you see your blood, you still come back again. That means God has called you to do this, and you do it with all your heart.
I've seen a lot of Ghanaian boxers say boxing is a crazy sport. Even Joshua Clottey said boxing can make you mad. Is it a fact?
I don't agree with any of them. Boxing is a sport. It's a sport we love so much. You know, in every fighter's life, right, you can talk to any fighter who has said boxing is bad or boxing is a crazy job or boxing is this. Ask all of them. Boxing is a sport where anytime your manager or your promoter calls you and tell you that I have a fight for you in 3 months, in next 2 months, that day is one of the most happiest day in your life. Once your manager tells you or call you that you have a fight, we have a fight on this date, then you know you have a job. Then you know you have something to focus on. You know you have something to train for. That passion in you to do it, it makes you enjoy that day, makes you happy. And through that time till the fight night, you are always happy till the fight night. So boxing is a game for the passionate ones.
But boxing will not make you mad.
Boxing can never make you mad. Everything can make you mad. Everything can kill. Even when your girlfriend disappoints you, you can go mad, you know. So anything at all can get you mad or can kill. Do you get me? I believe as a boxer, for you to stay healthy, for you to always live your life properly, I think you always have to be ready before trying to fight. Okay. Most fighters, some fighter can go off holiday for 2-3 weeks And then he jumped in the gym. The first week, he want to spar. His muscles are not ready. His body is not ready. But he believes in himself. He feels good. He wants to spar someone. He get inside. They put him with somebody that he can beat. He beats the person. The person touches him with light punches. Even those light punches to the body is not ready for it. Those are the things that gives you negative effects gradually. So once you are prepared, once you work out hard, once you are fit, your head is ready, your body is ready, everything is ready, you can take any punch and you will not go mad.
So still staying with you as you were growing up as a boxer, at what time was the turning point for you as a boxer that you shot to fame all of a sudden because you were fighting in Ghana? Then you went to the African level, and before we saw you at the world. At what?
Yeah, I never saw anything like shooting to fame to me. From my boxing career, from the beginning, people has always loved me. People has always believed in me. People know I can make it. It got to a time when it was overdue, when people thought I could have made it before then. And the opportunity came around that time, and God gave it to me. I embraced it in good faith.
What boxing, which bout did you?
You mean bout?
Yeah, gave you the opportunity to seek a world title.
No bout didn't give me the opportunity to fight for the world championship. I was already in the world rankings for some time. I dropped, I went back again. I had a fight in Vegas against Fidencio Rios. And then after that fight, I had to come home for holidays. And my manager said, no, I need to fight against the #1 contender who is holding the WBO world title, so that if I beat him, then I stand in a chance for fighting for the world championship. And I told him, no, I haven't been with my family for quite some time now, and I have to come home. So it was but yeah, so I told him, if I'm going to be a champion, I'll be a champion, not this bout, so I have to come home. So I came home. Less than 2 weeks, I got a call that the champion was going to fight someone, and the person pulled out. So they need me to cover up for the pulled out boxer. So I said, okay, I'm ready. This is my opportunity. I have to grab it. So I went in there, I looked at my opponent, and I told him his belt belongs to me.
Did he underrate you because you were coming in to fight
yeah,
for someone?
definitely. Being an African whose name hasn't been there a lot of time, they always underrate us. So, but I was super confident because I knew it was mine. So I took it.
Did you knock him out? Which round?
I think 7th round.
Just give it to him.
Yeah, we went in, and that was the day made for me. So definitely I'll take it. Yeah.
Which bout will you say was your favorite fight?
Favorite?
Yes, amongst all the
boxing,
fights.
you can.
You fought like 40?
42 or 42, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Boxing, you can't have a favorite fight. Because every fight, you know, when you're coming from the, like when they are building you up from Ghana, you know, sometimes you come across some fight that you enjoy it. But when you get to some level, every fight is like a World Cup, you know, because every fight is tough. Because all the opponents are on the same level, so every fight is tough. I won't, even if I'll say I enjoyed some fight in the ring, I'll say my favorite will be against Johnny Perez, part 2. We fought twice. I lost the first, and I beat him on the second one. And I think that will be my favorite fight, if I want to say.
Wow, wow. And who was your toughest opponent? You've always mentioned one South African guy. Yeah,
there's this guy called Johannes Maisa. I consider him as my toughest opponent.
Why?
Because I really suffered in the ring that day. Not only from him punching me, but you know, Ghana is a low, South Africa is a higher altitude country. So coming all the way from Ghana to South Africa, you need to stay there for a little longer to acclimatize to their weather, their altitude, and so on. So I didn't get the chance for that. We went in 3 days before the fight, and after the fourth round, I was finished with my fitness, my strength, and my everything. So I have to, fight through from fourth round to 12th round to win, and it was a tough one for me.
So it means a lot of fights you guys go out there to fight in abroad. It's not easy because of the temperature.
Yeah. It plays a lot of role.
So if like we had the money, you would have preferred that promoters brought the bout to Ghana.
If you bring a fight to Ghana, definitely that means you're going to run a big loss because Ghanaians doesn't pay. Our government doesn't support.
It's not always government.
Our government doesn't support. Corporate Ghana doesn't support. And fans doesn't buy tickets. So how are you going to make the money? Everything is 0-0 in Ghana.
Now things are changing. Now we have online streaming and stuff. People can stream and
maybe that will work, but it won't work properly for Ghana.
People bet on bouts. You can go to the betting companies, grab a deal with them, and let's say anyone who bets on this fight.
We are yet to see boxing growing on that level. Once we have, we are yet to see boxing grow to that level. It's working well in the US. We will work on it in Ghana.
So on a difficult day in a ring, how do you overcome maybe your weakness? What's your secret weapon in boxing? Because sometimes you see boxers fight and you lose your shoulder, but you can't quit the bout.
As a Ghanaian, right? As a Ghanaian, being in the ring, going through a tough time, the only thing that motivates you, the only thing that pushes you for you to be able to, for that skill to come out of you, is to take your mind back home and think about the people that will insult you after losing. After you lose, that is when everybody is going to be a coach. That is where everybody is going to insult you. Whenever you win, everybody praises. But after you lose, you can't take the insult. So whenever your mind goes back to Ghana and you're in the ring and you know this is tough, only that because you want to avoid the insult, it pushes you, it motivates you, it tells you that, come on, you don't want to be insulted. You don't want to let these people down. Let's go all out. And that has, inspired a lot of us.
I see. So it means whenever you lost a bout, were you able to sleep? How was the night for you like whenever you...
Coming from Ghana is always a tough side. I don't know when it comes to sports, right? We don't think about a lot of things when we are going to compete as a Ghanaian. The only thing a Ghanaian thinks about, a Ghanaian athlete thinks about, it's his home, his people. So whenever you lose, hey, you can't sleep. Sometimes when you go to these social media platforms, you can see some of them coming from there already. But you yourself, you start thinking, what will be my excuse? How to cover up properly? Because Ghanaians will bash you. Some way is good, some way is bad. It helps us to, push ourselves to the limit, but sometimes too, it kills some spirit as well.
All right, you are still watching Sports Check here on Ghana Web TV. You are taking a short breather. When we return, we'll continue with the conversation.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects, and others right here on Ghana Web TV.
All right, you're welcome back from the break. I'm still here with the two-time bantamweight champion straight from Ghana, Agbeko.
Yeah.
We share the same name. I'm Joseph as well.
Yeah. Joseph's special.
Yeah. So let's talk about your fight against Abner Mares. Do you think you were cheated in that game? You fought 2 times.
Going into Mares, yeah. Yes, of course. The first fight I was cheated hugely. And then I think the rematch did me a lot of harm.
I remember that bout. I was a kid. I won't tell you the level of my education when I was watching that fight, but I was very young, and that was the first time I had something like below the belt, because Mares was punching you below the belt, and the points weren't deducted. So at that time, what was going through your mind when the results came out that he had won the bout?
I would say we as African, we have to do our best to be able to, to value ourselves and to be able to support our own, If Africans start supporting each other, I think we will grow in every aspect. I was cheated in that fight due to the low value of an African athlete in the US. The reason why I put it that way is that Africans doesn't bring anything to the table. Africans doesn't buy tickets. Very few Africans pay for pay-per-view to watch boxing. Africans doesn't support themselves. So when you put it on a business side, they don't value Africans that much, because if they match you up as an African against a Mexican, Mexicans watch boxing more than anybody in this world. And the Mexican is their money. If he keep on winning, they keep on making more money. If the African win, he's just going to take his belt to for a village in Africa and bring it back. But they think if a Mexican win, it is money for them. So because of that, they treat we the Africans anyhow they want to treat us.
Which promotions were you under? Was it Donkin?
I was under Donkin promotion, so it was Donkin and Goody Boy promotion.
At some point, some people thought, okay, they just wanted to give the title to Mares just because they wanted him to shoot to fame.
Yes, because he's a Spanish. It's American Spanish. It's a Mexican. And business-wise, if he wins, they will make more money. When I qualified De La Hoya, I won. I beat De La Hoya. If anyone says De La Hoya won that fight, doesn't know boxing. I did won easily. He won. If you watch the rounds, he won. But he can't get it. He's from Africa. De La Hoya is golden boy. He brings the money. He's the one that they pay to watch him pay-per-view. He's number one. Why would you take it away from him for Ike? So they always do everything possible to protect their money. Either you are a black American, or you are a white, or you are a Spanish, you are their money. They have to protect you. If Africans try to support each other, they will value us. When we are fighting, they will be able to give us equal right.
So how did your breakaway from Donkin happen?
My breakaway from Donkin, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Donkin hurt my career a lot. During my time working with him and my time not working with him. We were in court for almost like 3 years. It did a lot of harm to me. It was a struggle to break free from him. I have to go through.
What was the reason for?
Through the awkward way for me to be able to get my freedom.
Why were you breaking away from him?
I was breaking away from him because working with him wasn't being beneficial to me.
Money-wise, or he was?
In every aspect.
So he was trying to set out bout for you just to go and lose so that, or? I
wouldn't say anything like that. Yeah, but it wasn't beneficial to me in every aspect.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. We'll leave that out, but you had a relationship with Floyd Mayweather. Tell us about it.
I would say I happen to work closely with Mayweather and his family. I happen to be a family at some point of time, and it has been a great working experience. It has been a great experience around a huge boxing family.
Would Africa get someone like Mayweather in future, looking at the current trend of boxers we have in Ghana and Africa? Do you think we'll have someone like Mayweather who made the call?
Africa has more than Mayweather, but African, they have people who are way more than Mayweather. But it depends if they will support that person. You know, if they will support that person. Mayweather had his fan base and they supported him. That took him to where he is. African, when you grow, your fan base leaves you. Your fan base can only shout for you, hail you when you win, insult you when you lose, but they never support in any way. You know, yeah, they never even look at Mayweather TMT. Mayweather made so much out of that clothing line, so that is support.
Yeah. So still staying with boxing, I realized that some boxers take time to defend their bout, their titles and stuff. For instance, when you take Mayweather, he sometimes fights 2 to 3 times a year. Did you have such a thing when you were a boxer that sometimes, like, you had to take a break just to?
I do take maybe 1 fight in 15 months sometimes. Not by choice, you know, but maybe because the promoter wasn't making fights available for me. You know, in the early stages as a professional boxer, you can even do 6 fights a year or even 7 fights a year, because that's your baby level where you meet some boxers who are not on the same level with you. But when you get to the world ranking and you're fighting people on the same rank, it's like every fight is like a World Cup for you. Every fight is tough, and you can't. You wouldn't want to, be in a tough fight like 6 fights a year. They are all tough. They all need special preparation. So at least 2, 3 a year should be enough.
The reason I asked you that question was that recently we've had boxers who had world titles. I can mention Isaac Dobe and Richard Comey. They won the title within 2 or 3 months after defending 1 or 2. Then they lost the title just because they were defending their titles within a short time.
I'll
Is
say.
there a way to prolong it, maybe?
I'll say having 4 months in between your defense shouldn't be a quick. It shouldn't be called a quick defense because at least 4 by 3 makes 12 months. So if you making 3 fights a year, that is a normal world-class fight activeness.
Because I realized that you also had to do some skirmishes just to prolong the title with you for some time.
How? I don't get it.
There were times maybe you had a bout, but let's say you encountered some injury and stuff. Was it a strategy just to keep the title by you for some time? Because once the title is with you, everyone wants to take it away from you.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I was supposed to fight Mares in California, and I had a sciatic nerve. I was taken all the way. I was taken from the gym. I was picked from the gym. I had to go to training, so I was picked from the gym straight to the airport, and then I was at the airport for a long wait before taking a 6 hours flight from New York to California. So out of the plane, walking downstairs, and then my nerve pulled me, so I fell. So later, the doctor confirmed it was sciatic nerve. So I had to go through that. I couldn't do anything, and I was going through a lot of pain. And the only way for me to be a little relief was to give me some painkiller, which is not advisable for an athlete. So because of that, I wouldn't be as allowed by the commission to participate in that fight because of that medication and because of my health. So I think our health matters. It matters more than the sport. So when it comes to health issues, the sport has to be.
How many times do you recommend that a boxer sees his doctor within a short space? How many times do you think a boxer should see his?
Seeing a doctor, boxers are physically strong. They are always in the gym. They are okay. But you have your personal doctor, so at least once you feel something, you have to talk to him.
Okay. Is boxing a lucrative sport?
Is boxing a lucrative sport?
In Ghana or Africa?
In Ghana or Africa? From growing up to this level, what I know is that boxers, whenever there was a top boxer like a pound for pound king, like the pound for pound king, always they happen to be the richest among all sportsmen in the world. They happen to be the richest. But I think even as an ice water seller, if you want to be the richest than any sports person, if you do your package and your branding and everything properly, definitely you will be able to make money than the one working extra hard.
Have you made money from boxing?
Have I made money from boxing? I'm rich.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which bout made you the most money? Like which bout?
I don't talk money. I don't talk money. I talk career. I talk achievement. I feel money is a plus. I feel money is a plus. I didn't get into boxing because of money. I got into boxing because I had the passion for it. I love it. I enjoy it when I'm inside there. And when money comes, that is a plus for it. When I say I'm rich because I feel fulfilled inside. You know, money or no money, we all do any sports. We all compete into our business or whatever because we want to earn a living. But you have to love what you are doing. And I really love what I've done in the past and what I'm still doing. And that is my interest.
So you don't want to mention which bout made you the most money?
I don't talk money.
Well, in I think 2016, the boxing arena was set up, but for quite a number of times. Last year, I can remember the number of times there was bout at the arena. The previous year, that was 2019, I think 3 bouts. This year, we've only had 1 bout. That's Michael and Sam. What do you think? What's wrong with promoters putting up bouts? Is the Bukom Arena expensive for promoters to set out? Because you also have your own promotion.
Business-wise, I don't think the arena is supposed to be at Bukom. Right. Business-wise, I think Bukom is a home of boxing. They love boxing. When you go to Bukom, the whole surrounding, Bese and so on, the whole surrounding, they love boxing. You know, when I was a kid, we used to walk all the way to Accra Sports Complex to watch boxing and still walk back home because we love it, you know. But we can't do anything for the sport. We can only fight. We can't put money in because we don't have it. Do you understand me? I think if the arena should have been at a place where most people from the rich area will be able, because they love boxing. They watch Floyd Mayweather, they watch Muhammad Ali and so on. If it was to be at a certain site where it would be much easier for them to come, it will also do boxing a lot of good. Wherever the arena will be, people from Bukom, when a fight is happening, even if it's in Kumasi, they will go because they love it. But for those people who can invest money into the sport, they live far. And some of them, when they hear the name Bukom, because Bukom is a place where we love boxing, we love fighting, we are the survivor of the fittest. Do you get me? So some of them, they are scared to come close. So yeah, the boxing arena, I would say yes, is expensive. We've tried to promote fight over there a few times, and it's quite expensive. People are not making money from boxing in Ghana. Managers and promoters, they are not making money out of boxing in Ghana until their fighter get the chance to fight outside. If fighting outside, not one fight, it has to be a consistent fight outside before they can cover up their losses, you know. So they are not making any money, but they have to come out there, pay huge amounts of money to get the place, pay huge of money to do a lot of stuff. So promoting in Ghana is very expensive, and at the end of the day, you only run home with a lot of losses, a lot of debts on your head for you to pay after boxing, you know. So the government has to be able to, look for a way to make promotion much easier for the promoters. It's a sport that takes a lot of people out of the streets. You know, so they should, consider making promotion a lot cheaper.
One of the few people, or the few presidents who has, who has contributed to boxing immensely in this country has been the late Flight Lieutenant J.J Rawlings. What do you think about him? We lost him last year. It was a painful one.
Yeah. It wasn't.
What influence did he have in your life?
We all know as a country that Rawlings loved boxing more than any president that Ghana has ever had. You know, I learned he was a boxer even at this place. He used to fight.
Wow.
He used to train over here.
Because I knew this place as a military base.
Yeah, because he was an Air Force He used to train over here. That was what I heard, you know, at this particular place. So he's a big fan of boxing. There was a picture of him and Azuma Nelson. That picture inspires me a lot, and it will inspire a lot of generation. You know, the president and the champion walking on the street with a title Azuma won from America.
There was a time, not to cut you, there was a time Muhammad Ali came to Ghana because of him, and he also has his gloves in his place as well. Yeah,
so as President Rawlings was during his time to some certain time, I think amateur boxing was getting massive support. Amateur boxing was getting massive support, you know. So it was a big loss to all of us as a country. But death is an old thing, you know. We can't take it out. When it comes, it comes. So I would say may his soul rest in peace.
So what do you think about our chances of winning the Olympic medal? Because we have two boxers, that's Samuel Techi and Sameh with the medal.
And then this boy, Suleiman. Okay. They are three now.
Even the GBF president says there could be 5 boxers representing Ghana because the deadline is not over yet, so we can still qualify.
Yeah, qualifying for Olympics is not an easy thing. We having 3 qualifications are, very good, and we hope for more. But you know, I wish the fighters who are going to compete at the Olympics, I wish them very, very well, you know. But I won't be surprised if they all go out there and come home with nothing. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised because, first of all, when it comes to history, you know, the record history in our history with Olympics Games, boxing has won the highest medal for us in the name of Agbeko Senior. That is silver medal. That is the highest medal we've won at the Olympics, and it was won by boxing. When you go to professional, boxing has won almost 10 world titles. And that is what boxing has achieved for Ghana. So boxing has done so much for Ghana that football cannot even catch half of it. You know, so, but when it comes to Olympics, these boys has been struggling on their own. These boys has been taking cars with their own money, going to the stadium every day to work, to train. Everything. During my time as an amateur boxer, the government always take us to the sports college at Winneba for camping. We go for camping. We stay in camping for long. And even, we get every benefit that a boxer can get as being in the national team. Like when you're in the blaster, there are some opportunities you get that others who are not in the team will get. We get all those benefits. Either if we are in the team, either you get a chance to travel with the team or not to travel with the team. We all get equal opportunities. They take us to camp. We go for training tours. We participate in a lot of competitions that will prepare us for the game ahead. Now, those things are not happening for the boys. They have to struggle to be able to win these medals or to be able to get these numbers of qualifications. What have the country, the government, the sports industry, the sports ministry, what have they done for them to be in a better preparation towards the Olympics? Nothing. I don't think they've done enough for them to prepare for Olympics. A few years back, I was in the US preparing for my fight. I was staying in Vegas. And boxers from like Europe, Olympics teams from other parts of Europe were touring the US for training, preparing for the Olympics. And when they went to the Olympics, most of them won medals. And most of them are doing great in professional boxing right now because they came out of amateur with good Olympics records, with medals and stuff. And we are not doing any of those things. So we shouldn't expect our fighters to go out there and win medals for us. We shouldn't put that pressure on them because we haven't invested that in them. It will be a luck or it will be their blood, sweat for them to be able to win medals for us. And I wish all of them well. They should make us proud.
As you're about to end this conversation, are you still active as a boxer?
Am I still active as a boxer? Currently, I'm ranked #1 by the World Boxing Organization. So I stand in the chance to fight for the World Championship next, if possible. I am still in the league against the elite fighters, but I think now my interest is growing more in, building the future champions than focusing on myself as a boxer.
So you are saying you are more into becoming a coach, a boxing coach?
I am still in the league. I definitely have to fight for the World Championship this year or never. Okay. You know, I definitely have to fight for the World Championship this year or never. And if that chance comes, then I will know it's for me again. You know, I will know it's for me again. But aside that, I'm working on a project, a boxing project, which will be coming out soon, which I'll be adoring to the world soon.
Tell me, do you have a son who's into boxing as well, or?
I have girls. I have 2 girls.
Oh,
and
lucky.
They are boxers in their hearts. They are not boxers.
maybe they might be doing something related to boxing in terms of promotion, or.
No, they are on their own. They are on their own. They are my children, and anything that develops in them, anything that drives them, and they feel they have passion for this, and this is what they want to do. It could be boxing. It could be anything at all. I would 100% support, give them my support and prayers for it to grow.
Mm-hmm. What 5 secrets will you give or advice will you give to upcoming boxers?
What I can say is, the first advice I'll give to any young up-and-coming fighter is to always stay ready.
1, stay ready.
once you are always ready, you are never going to get ready.
Come again. Once you are ready.
Once you are always ready, you will never get ready.
Okay.
You are never going to get ready because you are always ready. When they call you for a fight tomorrow, you are ready. You are not now coming to start to say, I want to get ready for my fight. Anytime, you are always ready.
And the second one?
Second, I would say they should treat every fight, especially the World Championship, they should treat it as a normal sparring in the gym.
And the third?
I think I'll end there.
What mistakes do you think?
When you treat a huge fight as if a normal sparring in the gym, mentally, it takes away a lot of pressure off you. Physically, when you go into the ring, everything that is going to happen there is not different from what you already do in the gym. But because it's called World Championship, the mind, the brain, the tension and everything on it is too high. So when you feel like this is just like any other sparring for me again, when those pressure is out, you can easily win your fight.
What mistakes do you think boxers make and that you saw during your era and people are still repeating it now?
I would say one man's meat is another man's poison. Something could be my mistake that I made or I'm making, and it wouldn't be a mistake to another person because that person will make it and survive. So I wouldn't say there is any specific mistake going around in the boxing community. All I can say is that we as a boxers, and especially the younger generation, they should know how to, hail, praise, or even worship people like D.K. Poison, people like Azuma Nelson, people like the late Alfred Kote, like Bazooka Kote, and every fighter who has been able to achieve that glory called world title. You know, as higher as you will be in the sport, the ones that has made it before you came, they should, learn to pay some love and respect to them so God can tap on those blessings and give them more of whatever they are winning.
What do you want to be remembered for?
How do I want to be remembered for? I want 50 years, 100 years or more, when this boxing career is done, all this life, everything is done, I want to be remembered as one person that a lot of young fighters will say that because of Joseph Agbeko, I was able to achieve my dream to the full. I was able to achieve the full potential of my dream as a boxer. That is what I want to be remembered for.
Thank you for your time. This has been another edition of Sports Check here on Ghana Web TV. My name is Joseph Adamafiu, and our guest for today has been...
My name is Joseph Agbeko.
Catch you another time. Thanks for watching.